BJ again, here to come with a Batman versus Superman movie review. I won't get into the spoilers, just for anybody that hasn't seen the movie. First off, I advise you, if you're a comic book fan, I advise you to go see the movie. If you are an action porn fan, I advise you to go see the movie. I saw a lot of bad reviews. As you guys know, I talked about it in another video. After seeing the movie myself, before I seen the movie, I kind of understood the bad reviews. After seeing the movie, I definitely understand the bad reviews. I was interested throughout most of the movie. I'll say that. There were some moments that I was super excited about. Like, some points of the movie just made, I legitimately marked out, even if it was just in my head, for several parts of the movie. I don't even know where to begin. All right, so just going by crowd reaction. Honestly, throughout the entire movie, I feel as though the theater as a whole, and this is the second day of the movie for worldwide release in the theaters, I feel like the crowd that was in the movie theater, they were just there. Like, it didn't compare to other movies that I've been in, you know, with that have fandoms. Like, when I went to see Resurrection of F, Dragon Ball Z, in the theaters, like, maybe every 10 minutes, more likely every 5, there was some type of group reaction to something that happened in the movie. When I went to see the first Avengers, same thing. It's another movie. Well, forget that, but the point being, there may have been like 2 group reactions, and one of them was like 2 hours into the movie, and the other one was at the very end. So I don't know. I've never went through something like that with a movie that has fandom on the subject. But anyway, so some of the criticisms that the critics gave were, you know, bad editing, rushed story, lack of story. There's a couple things in there that didn't really make sense. Oh, full disclosure, I'm a comic book fan. I read comic books. I did not read The Dark Knight Returns. I did not read that comic book. But that being said, I liked the stuff in the movie that was comic booky, if you want to call it that. I almost loved. But there's a difference between a good experience or interesting movie and a good movie. Like I said, I went over this in another video with how a lot of comedies aren't necessarily good movies, but they do what they're supposed to do. The experience is good. You laugh. I can't really. I say it's an okay movie. It's an okay movie. If you're a DC fan, like a real DC fan, you're probably gonna love it. If you're a comic book enthusiast, you'll probably enjoy it. But there was a lot of jumping around for no reason. It was so rushed. It was so incredibly rushed. Like, on top of the fact that they tried to cram so many people into this 2 hour and 40 movie, they crammed ideas in it, and without getting into spoilers, something happened. There was a story arc came into play inside of the time frame of the movie and ended inside the time frame of the same movie that should not have happened. Not that quickly. Also, I personally feel they shoehorned themselves with the ending. They're gonna have to find some type of crazy explanation to fix what they did. Again, no spoilers. I'm not upset because I kinda didn't really expect much out of the movie, and it was a good time. I was with some good people. I don't know, man. But I will. A couple other things. A lot of the critics were saying that the best part about the whole movie, not like a small part that they loved, but the best part about the whole movie was Ben Affleck as Batman. It's so fresh right now. I can't just say necessarily that he was the best part, but he's definitely one of the best parts of the movie. Another thing, everybody that I've seen mention Eisenberg's performance said that they didn't like it. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was. I'm a fan of him, so maybe I'm being biased. But I enjoyed his performance. I wasn't really a big fan of Superman's story in this movie. I was a big fan of how they began to explain the reason that there's an issue between Batman and Superman. But the other thing that I didn't like, it goes with the whole rushing and cramming thing. All right, so everybody knows that Superman and Batman are main characters of the movie. So on top of that, Lex Luthor was a main character. On top of that, Lois Lane was a main character. On top of that, another female had a predominant role in the first half of the movie. On top of that, another male had a predominant role in the first half of the movie. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot at once. And I don't think they did it particularly well. It's a couple minor inconsistencies. I will say this, Zack Snyder, his cinematography, I mean, it could be some people that don't like it, but I think it's amazing. But I think what happens is it kind of like acts as a mask for the things that aren't so good. Like I said, if you're not concerned about a movie being technically good, and you're a comic book fan or a fan of superheroes, you'll probably enjoy it. Oh, this is not your childhood Batman. No, it's not. It's not really even your childhood Superman. It's not a R-rated movie, so I wouldn't say don't take the kids, but it's not really for kids. That brings me to the other debate that I heard. These reviews, most of them that I heard that were negative, had people, I don't know if they were, DC fanboys or comic book fanboys, or if they weren't fanboys at all, but I heard a lot of people have issues with these reviews, but they would, I say fanboys because they would bring up stuff that wasn't in the review. Like I mentioned the guy that was talking about all this Marvel bias, but nobody had mentioned Marvel. Somebody talking about, oh, it's not supposed to be light and funny like the Marvel movie. It's supposed to be dark. Nobody said that they had an issue with it being dark. I didn't see that in any reviews. But what I would say is I had an issue with it being so dark. Not in the sense of a serious tone, but I'm talking about literally dark. Like, I'm not a fan of the color palette in general of the movie. Like, the action scenes were amazing in general, but if I had to nitpick out the color palette, I wasn't. Everything doesn't have to be literally dark. Like, I don't know. Apparently it's just me. Oh, no. If you saw all the trailers, you probably know every big plot point that's pertinent to the actual movie. Now, there were some things that, have an effect on the future that weren't in the trailers, but you probably pretty much know every big plot point of the movie. Even more so if you're a fan of these characters, because you know strengths and weaknesses of each and whatever. Also, Wonder Woman, I think that was a great casting. She did a good job. So yeah, I'm mixed. It was okay. I mean, it was a good experience because I didn't come in there with high hopes. I didn't come in there with super high expectations, so I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't let down in any way. It was, I don't know, out of 10, I'd probably have to rate it a 6. Yeah, probably a 6. If I do a spoiler review, I may watch it again before I do that. But, I mean, outside of maybe years from now, just to do the marathon type thing, I don't really see myself watching it again. Nah, not really. Oh, and it was a little bit of misleading. What's the word I'm looking for? There was a little bit of misleading promo. Just a little bit, not much. Dang, I wish I could talk spoilers. But I'm gonna wait for you guys to go see it. Definitely go see it if you were thinking about seeing it, go see it, because I don't feel like you should let somebody else's opinion on something control your opinion on something you haven't experienced. So go experience it for yourself. You know, I'm always a fan of supporting because we want more. Even when it's not the greatest, we still want more because there's still potential. I have much higher hopes for Suicide Squad. If Suicide Squad doesn't do well, I don't know. But I have high hopes for that one. And I have high hopes for the Batman solo movies whenever they do come out. And I guess that's it. So remember to like the video, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Peace out.